you can see, we're doing some fun shifter stuff. We have this IRP short shifter. It's for Miata, MX-5, wherever you are in the world. But we actually put this on a Turbo 2 RX7 transmission. Almost dropped her there. That would have sucked. I made a short video, eh? So anyways, let's show you guys the process of how we got here and how you can do it to your RX-7. That is a shifter return spring. So, but on SCRX7s, they have a shifter block up here, and that's connected to the actual like main rod. But there's a spring on the side and there's a spring on the top, and basically it's the centering part of the shifter is there. So the Miatas are the same too, basically. So Miatas and FCRX7s and probably FBs are the same way too. But the shifter block on this is completely effed beyond all recognition, but it's still repairable. So you get a shifter block repair kit, or in this case, you have 3 transmissions like me, and you just get a new one from other things. So yeah, also all the dogs are here. Later. Here. Take this transmission out. I might just swap transmissions actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I got a tranny swap.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people strive for nowadays. Think about it. Thing out. Yeah, all the stuff's broken in there. So this is plastic. So on the Series 5 RX7s, they have a plastic bushing that goes inside this collar instead of on the shifter itself. You're gonna need that shifter D10. Little ball bearing.
She looks to be squirting.
Yes. You might need this. Yes. Do need that actually. Yeah. That out. Shift collar can come out now, which is attached to this, and this kind of just is a pain in the dick to get out, but it does come out. This like rod is like rubber sealed in, so just need to so, see what's actually broken is all that shit. So, right here, that's supposed to be a hook right there. Actually, I think we filmed it earlier when I said that there was a broken thing on the ground. So that is supposed to be attached there, and it curls up over here. And basically this spring, see how it's like a clock spring almost? It auto centers right here. So with this gone, this is just the housing. So if we put this back, and when the pin is in, like right there, which is this one right here, the hammer in, So when that's in, clocked together the right way, what this does, this is your actual shifting rod. So right now this is neutral, nothing, right? And then you got to find, so that's like, actually it's probably 6th gear. Yeah. Yeah, and then, so that's 1st and 2nd gear. That's 4th gear, 3rd gear. And then lost it. There's some like ghost shift points on these things. Then there's 5th gear, and then there's reverse. And where's neutral again? There it is.
What you doing?
What doing?
What doing?
No, the shifter block broke the spring on the top.
Oh no.
So it wasn't auto centering. So it would just kind of do this. Like it would no auto centering. So when I put the IRP Miata shifter in it, it was like,
That worked?
yeah, I made it work. First time on the internet. The shifter collar bushing itself on the bottom that goes into this hole right here is 1 millimeter larger on Miatas. So FC guys, there's like no shifters on the market. Just get a Miata shifter and shape down the plastic collar, or put a brass one in there. So
Much excitement.
much excitement. This transmission is still good. So what we're gonna do is we're going to use some parts that I already have here. We're gonna get this one working separately, but we're gonna put a different transmission in for today. And I'm gonna order a new shifter block repair kit. The part number is right here. Right there. But you can buy that and fix this if it ever happens to you. But for now, we're going to keep this as a spare. We're going to put my other one in, and with the new shifter. And we're going to take out, we're going to put this in too, which this right here is a mechanical speed sensor conversion to electrical. So, because we have the Haltech dash, and we're going to need an electrical current instead of a mechanical. Okay, hold on. All right, so we got our new to this transmission unit right here. We're just gonna transfer everything over because the other one was kind of dingled up a little bit on the inside too. But so process of putting it back together is the same as, you know, taking it apart. But a few main things to consider here is now we actually have a working shift block. So this will go, this was the old one. So we'll compare the two here. The same thing, except for it's missing the top bushing. So it's kind of the same, but different. These are two different generations. These ones have a bushing in them. These ones don't have a bushing in them. But the blocks themselves are basically the same besides that. And then this obviously has the spring that you need. So this one does not, because it's broken, which is the broken ones right there. Broken. So we're just gonna transfer this one over because this is from the original convertible transmission. And then there'll be one more thing left over from the last setup. Oop. Wow, it's really just that. It's so funny how these are notoriously a pain in the ass to take off. And then as soon as you take them off, they're fine.
Butter.
Yeah. So one thing to consider is they might, as long as this doesn't have any play, it might leak. So you might want to put like some silicone around it. You don't want to get a new one. But this goes in like so. Then, you know, so we got our new block in. You just kind of take everything apart, slide it off, and then you slide it in right there. And then so the right now I have the transmission in gear, so it's gonna be that. So it's gonna, right now it's in 5th gear. So You're gonna slide it in to where you can see the hole for where the pin goes through. And then now that we're to this part, we're gonna lock the block back in. So grab our pin's right here. And if you were to clean everything, this is when you would need a little bit of lube or something on it. But now, just taps in. It's flat. Normally I would use like a brass hammer because it's really like soft material. But now you'll be able to, so now it's in reverse actually. Let's put it back in neutral. Might be the pry bar, it's a little bit stiff. Okay, so there's neutral. There we go. All right. And now we're gonna put our shifty tents back in. I don't even know if it's called a shifty tent, but, or the shift pin. So on the bottom, this goes in pin side up, or hole side up. So this goes in like so, and then you're gonna have that hole offset there because the this spring is gonna go in like that. So this goes in, and I'll just kind of rest in there because the tolerances are nice and tight. But this is what will do the auto centering in your shifter. Ugh. Put this in. All right. Now that little ball that fell out earlier, you're gonna put that in. So this is like a little ball bearing that goes in like there. Then this goes in behind it. So on the inside of this bowl, this is a coarse thread bowl. I forget what it is, but there's a little bit of my dog hair on it, or my hair. I don't even know whose hair that is. It's kind of gross actually. So there's a spring on the inside of this as well, but that's kind of just gonna go in like here. And that's a 19 millimeter. So that goes in. We are going to, hi Ketchup. So now we got everything in, we can start snugging things up. This does have a gasket, so make sure you put that back in. But this will just go in like so. And I got our two 10 millimeter bolts from earlier. Took off. That goes in. Okay. Start the threads on that way we don't cross thread anything. But now, I'm using my big gun here because it's just what I have, but I'm gonna set it to the low setting and just tighten this by hand later. And then put on with our 3/8 drive 10 mil. So cool. And then that is pretty much it besides our side plate. But now I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the inside when the shifter block is actually moving. So I'm gonna grab the new short shifter. We're using that Miata short shifter. So I'm gonna go grab that. And then we'll show you guys exactly what it looks like outside the car and what is actually happening. So it's kind of, I mean, you're not seeing anything crazy happen. You already did see like it's just one shifter rod and then that moves all the forks inside the transmission. So, but at least you guys will see the movement of the actual shifter itself. All right, so first thing you wanna do is just tap this shifter pin out of the way, like for the actual shifter itself, because we don't need that anymore. So yeah, that pin, we're gonna put that back in with some silicone in a second. So this is the new unit from IRP. It's really dirty, sorry. I just have really dirty gloves on. But what you do is you shave off this bushing about 1 millimeter off. So it looks kind of haggard right now, but it's like completely smooth. You just want like a piece of like nice sandpaper, and you're just gonna sand it down a little bit. So I'm gonna move that pin or that spring out of the way, and we're gonna rotate this hoe, and then move up this 10 millimeter bolt. It's kind of captured bolt. Dude, the noises that are happening in the background are ridiculous today. So one of the main reasons why these things break is because when you go to pull the shifter out, now it's like captured in, right? So people just yeet it out, and that's what happens when they break. So you're gonna wanna get into the side panel here, and that top spring, you're gonna push it, ideally with like a flathead screwdriver or something. We're gonna do it with that punch I used. So we're just gonna push that, and then got it out. So obviously easier said than done when the transmission's out of the car, but this is just a better way for me to explain it. You will definitely be doing this inside the car. So unless you don't want to, then go for it. But you're not gonna be able to put this shifter in without having the transmission in the car, that's for sure. Put that in. And you're gonna wanna either RTV this or use the gasket that's supposed to be there with, but. Goes in. And then with that, these two 10 millimeter bolts just go in like this. I'm so sorry, IRP, if you're watching this, because your shifter's really dirty right now.
They're just sitting on the end of it.
It's like it's brand new and it's dirty already. It's a high quality product. We can just clean it and we'll be fine. So we're just gonna get all the bolts started here. This is like the one that's gonna take a little bit because you're gonna have to do this whole thing. So anyways, 3 hours from now when this is done. Okay, so now I guess this is our bench or working test example of how the shifter works. So few forum posts. Obviously I'm gonna give credit to a few guys on the old RX7 pages that have done Miata shifters in their FCs and everything a long time ago. But as far as I know, I'm not sure if many people have done the IRP short shifter for an FC. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Pretty simple to do. And we fixed the other issues that we're having, but this first gear, second gear, third, fourth, and then fifth. Obviously, because it's not bolted down, it's a little bit more difficult, but yep. I really like the way that feels.
It's smooth.
It's so smooth. If you're into the RX7s or anything like that, the NA transmission and the Turbo 2 transmission, they're just sloppy. They don't have a very solid like shifting like transmission, and the throw is really long. So this is just like an awesome like way to make your car feel a little bit more sporty. It looks pretty badass. I like the way that turned. We'll just cut all that out with this noise. But yeah, I like the way it looks. It's a really good way to make your car feel a little bit more sporty too. Even if you have low horsepower, this is just like a very engaging driving. But I really like the way that turned out. We're gonna put the transmission back into the car. You done, or are you finished? Okay. So we're gonna take this back off. We're gonna put the transmission back into the car. We're gonna fill everything up with fluids. And then we're gonna have basically the transmission done for the RX7 project. We still have to do a few things like pull the diff out, because we're gonna change it for the limited slip turbo 2 differential. There's a little bit different gear ratio as well. But we're getting pretty close to a first startup. I'm not gonna try to rush the project because I've already been working on it for so long, and I've just been working on it when I have time. So yeah, I think that's it for this video today. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because it keeps you guys up to date on when we're actually gonna be posting our stuff, and yeah, you know, the whole YouTube algorithm and all that. So if you guys want to see more of the RX7 content, please let us know. Otherwise, check out the Facebook page, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.